is good, YouTube? Quinn Wade Basketball Analysis coming to you with a quick video. I wanted to let you guys know I got some new merchandise available, not just t-shirt anymore. I got different type of t-shirt, different type of shirts and logos that you can purchase on my spread shirt, and also hoodies now. We have expanded and added more to the channel and more merchandise for the brand. Thanks for supporting. It will be in the description and the links will be in the comment section below. Thanks for helping me and supporting the movement. Quinn Wade Basketball Analysis. I'm going. What is good, YouTube? Quinn Wade Basketball Analysis coming to y'all with a video. We're going to talk about the Utah Jazz real quick, and mainly their all-star guard that really helped them stay afloat, really helped them be a contender in a certain way in the Western Conference. They lose Gordon Hayward basically for nothing because he ended up signing with the Celtics. They didn't do a sign-in trade. They didn't trade him to get something back. They thought they had a great chance of keeping Gordon Hayward, and it didn't work out, and he went to Boston, and we know what happened. He gets injured, and he was never the same Gordon Hayward after the injury. And honestly, the Boston Celtics doesn't really need him to be the old Gordon Hayward, as they have a lot of youth and a lot of veterans and a great coach. And he don't have to get 20 to 25 points per game anymore just because he's on a team with the Celtics that has a lot of great role players and guys. But a lot of people thought the Jazz was done. You lose your best player. You lose an all-star, which was Gordon Hayward. At one point, he was an all-star in the Western Conference that season, averaging over 20 points per game. It really showed that he can handle the ball, create, score, take over games, and you don't want to lose a player like that. That's why he ended up getting a max contract, because he was one of the top 20, 25 players in the league. And even though it looked like it was going to be them, we don't really know what to expect from the Jazz. We don't really expect for them to go anywhere. And next thing you know, they draft Donovan Mitchell. A lot of people felt like he was a quality player, but nobody seen him coming into the NBA, the highest level, the hardest game. When it comes to being a basketball player, this is the best competition. The guy comes off the bench and gives mediocre minutes to bad to show that he can be productive. A couple injuries happen, and he steps up into the starting lineup because they didn't really have much of a choice. He ended up showing that he can hold his own, he can score, he can get to the basket. He still was working on a little bit of his moves, and next thing you know, this guy is a 20-point scorer getting full-time minutes in the starting position, and then they start figuring out, hey, we got another guy that can be special. And we've seen this year that he was an all-star, increasing his numbers from the field, still shooting 36% from three, still an 80% free throw shooter, giving you 4 rebounds, 4 assists, and over 24 points a game. And that's more points than Hayward was scoring, but at the same time, he doesn't have the same impact. I feel like they're two different players with two different styles. You have to give a lot of credit to Quinn Snyder. You got to give him a lot of credit just because he figured it out on the fly. He gave him the opportunity. He allowed Donovan Mitchell to be Donovan Mitchell. He allowed Donovan Mitchell to have the ball in his hand and create, and trusted that he was going to make the best decision for the team, because he closed a lot of games for him. He sealed a lot of games for him, and a lot of it was just trusting him and allowing him to play his game and figuring out the right lineups to put around him, but also finding a way to build a new offense because they have different pieces and different players, plus they had a lot of injuries. So Snyder has proven that he is one of the better coaches. The only problem is this year, everybody suspected and thought that the Jazz was taking a step in the right direction, getting more versatile pieces, more diverse pieces to fit around Donovan Mitchell, Rudy Gobert, on this roster. And a lot of people thought Team USA, playing with some of the great players, playing with Greg Popovich as your coach and other great coaches around, they thought that this was the time for Donovan Mitchell to show out and really have that Dwayne Wade type season where he's a 27, 30-point scorer, one of the top 5 players in the league, and really one of the elite players in the league. And a lot of us thought he would take that jump last year, but he ended up taking a small incremental jump this year. It was a great season. It was an all-star season. A lot of that has to do with Steph being injured and stuff like that, but you still still have to give him credit. He played good enough to make a team. He played good enough that the coaches wanted him in, and regardless if he got the spot because of this or that, he still got the spot, and he still is an all-star. So you have to give him credit for that because he played well enough to get a spot regardless of injuries. So I love what I've been seeing out of Donovan Mitchell, but it is a question that you have to think if you're a Utah fan or if you're a fan in general. How good can Donovan Mitchell be? I understand that he's on a rookie contract, so that really helps the Jazz make a lot of these moves and really help them be able to try to go all in this season just because he's not really getting paid the max that he's going to be offered because he is a max contract player in today's NBA. But is Donovan Mitchell a superstar player? Can Donovan Mitchell get to that superstar level? I think that's a legitimate question because the guy is only 6'1". The league gave people their official weight and their official height. Everybody thought that Donovan Mitchell was 6'3", 6'4", and he's legitimately the size of a point guard. Very undersized. That doesn't really have the height. Guys like James Harden have their way with him, Klay Thompson, and stuff like that because he's undersized at that shooting guard position. The thing that really makes him be able to hold his own is that he's 215 pounds, being able to finish, being able to, get that first step with his speed and mobility and his athleticism, but also the fact that Donovan Mitchell been switching it up a lot, hitting guys with a lot of floaters, hitting guys with a lot of spin moves to clear space to get a look at the basket, to get to the basket more clean, and it's smart. You have to find a way to improvise. You have to find a way to adapt to the defense and how they're guarding you, how you're playing, and having that strength to be able to take contact, to be able to create space, to be able to create that room to get shots off, whether it's tough or hard, is something that Donovan Mitchell needs to continue to work on. And the fact that I want him to become a better spot-up three-point shooter, because if you're going to win a title with Donovan Mitchell, he can't literally carry your offense. He showed that twice against the Houston Rockets that at this point of his career, he's not a Dwayne Wade. He's not a LeBron that's just going to take you home against the elite teams. We've seen Dwayne Wade do it against the Pistons, do it against the Mavericks. We've seen LeBron do it against teams like the Pistons and really trying to go at the Celtics. But Donovan Mitchell don't have that offensive weapon to really balance out the offense for him. Plus, him being an undersized point guard is only really so much he can do because teams can build up a wall and force him to become a jump shooter. His passing has improved, but it's not elite playmaking ability still at this point in his career. But I just thought that was interesting, watching Donovan Mitchell's career and seeing how he has evolved, seeing his opportunities, seeing how he has become that all-star replacement for a guy like Gordon Hayward, and the fact that you have these years to really win with him, plus you still have a chance because you become a restricted free agent to keep him. It's going to be interesting to see how they build this team and how they go forward with Donovan Mitchell as their best offensive player. And Mike Conley has started to play better, but he's not playing elite level defense and he's not playing elite level offense for the majority of the season, even though he's hitting his stride right now with the Utah Jazz. It's just interesting to see the fact that this team started to fall off defensively and offensively once Mike Conley started to figure it out. So they had time to get healthy because the season is suspended. We don't know when the playoffs is going to start or even if they're going to have one. But it's interesting to see how far Donovan Mitchell can take this team because he only can really do so much. He only can really get so much better. Maybe he's not that top 5 player in the league. I don't even have Donovan Mitchell in my top 10 right now. It's players that's better than him at his size, like Dame, like Steph. And you can even say Westbrook to a certain extent. You have Harden that's played the same position. There's a lot of guys that's better than him currently in the Western Conference, and it just makes you think if Donovan Mitchell is going to be their max contract guy, can he lead them to a title? Can he lead them to a championship as the best player on their team? And a lot of people might agree with me. Can he do that? That's something that we have to see. I'm not rushing him to do it. I'm not forcing we had to think like this right away. But the guy is 23 years old, and he's going to turn 24 next season before the season starts next year. And talks start clicking when that contract turns to a max and you don't have the room and the cap space to really get somebody better or to upgrade talent around him once he gets that contract. So it's going to be interesting to see Donovan Mitchell has become one of the fun, must-watch players, one of the great young players in the league. And even though he hasn't played to an all NBA level, he hasn't played to a top 12, top 15 level. We really want to see if he can get there and if he can really take this Utah team back to the NBA Finals in the tough Western Conference with the Kawhis, with the LeBrons, with the Jokic's and the Hardens. These are teams that he's going to have to beat to get to the finals. And right now, he continues to fall up short to those elite level players that are at this current time better than him. And even though opportunity might open up or a change might happen, I really want to see how they build this roster and this team around Donovan Mitchell's skill set and his play style, because you only really have been able to get so far with Donovan Mitchell, and he's just not an elite playmaker, not an elite scorer, and 24 points a game is great, but you're going to need more than that when you're the best offensive player on this team, and you really don't have somebody else on this team that can get you 25 to 30 every night like Donovan Mitchell. And Rudy Gobert isn't an offensive guy. Joe Ingles is a lot older. And you have guys like Mike Conley that's only going to get older because he's already getting to the end of his career, and he only can really do so much at this point of his career. And other than that, you just have some solid role players, but nothing too crazy. So let me know what you guys think. Do you think Donovan Mitchell can lead this team to a title? Can he be a number one player on a championship team? Is Donovan Mitchell going to be more of a complimentary player, the second best player on the team? How are they going to get that guy just because they don't really get free agents and they don't really make blockbuster trades throughout their franchise history? And if they don't get them, how are they going to get them? Because they continue to be one of the top six, top five teams in the West, that means they won't be getting no lottery picks that can really change the destiny of this team. But they ended up hitting well on Rudy Gobert. They hit well on guys like Donovan Mitchell. Maybe they can find a diamond in the rough or somebody that falls or somebody sleeps on some of these players, and they can be a Donovan Mitchell or Rudy Gobert and become all-star caliber players. And then they get that third piece that really puts them over the top and helps them get to a better chance of winning the title. But other than that, let me know what you guys think about the Utah Jazz. Let me know what you guys think about the Donovan Mitchell as a superstar. He's not there yet at this point in time. He is at an all-star level. He's not on that all-NBA top 15, top 10 player, top 5 player level, but he is only 23, 24 years old by the next season. So he still has time to develop, still has time to get better. And his contract extension just not ready just yet, but he already has averaged 20 points per game for 3 straight seasons. That's a hell of a start for a guy that really was supposed to be a role player coming into the league and was supposed to be primarily a 6 or a 7 man off a bench, and became an all-star caliber player already just in his third season, which is hugely impressive. But other than that, if you're new to the channel, if you like this video, subscribe. Also like the video if you did. If you liked it already, thanks for the love and support. Like on Facebook. I have a Facebook page that'll be in the comment description below. Click the link, it'll send you to my Facebook. Also check out my website, analysisplayground.com. There you can find NBA content just like this all over my website, and becoming a member is free. So feel free to watch on Facebook, watch on my website, watch on YouTube. Also, like I said in the beginning of the video, I have merchandise. You can buy merchandise through my Facebook page. You can pick the color of the shirt, pick the color of the logo. You can change the color of the shirt any way you want to. You can pick the logo and change that color any way you want to. And all you gotta do is message me, and I can get it shipped out to you. Also, if you like this video, I do videos like this every single day. I also do breakdown players and rookies. I do cover the draft. I do cover free agency, the trade deadline, for season previews, playoff predictions. I got it all covered for you guys throughout the whole season. And I basically make a video, like I said, every single day. So if you like this video and you like everything else I offer, and you checked out my older videos, why not subscribe and become part of the family and the movement? And then other than that, Quinn Wade, basketball analysis, I'm gone. And let me know what you guys think about the upside of Donovan Mitchell. Can he become an elite player? Is what he is? Or do we have to wait and see and let things play out and see how the Jazz try to build a title around him and Gobert in the future? Other than that, I'm gone.